Hot off the press then, at the time of recording anyway, Argon 18 have dropped a new triathlon and time trial bike. I'm going to be talking about what I think about this bike, how I think it slots into the current market against other competitors, and what I think of the general triathlon bike market, because I am in the market at the minute for a new disc brake triathlon bike, or new to me, second-hand, scrounged off Facebook Marketplace, that sort of vibe. But let's talk about what Argon have just released. So it is the E117. They have also just released some new colourways in the E119, and it looks like they've done away with the Tri Plus branding. The 119 used to have Tri Plus. Now they seem to have just labelled E117. The 118 doesn't seem to exist. I think that's the UCI version. And then E119, they seem to have dropped the Tri Plus. So the range at Argon is the 119 is the top of the range. It's the deeper tubing. It's supposed to be the more integrated, faster, etc. But the 117 is a newer model. It is released this year. So let's have a quick look at it. What do you get for £5,250? Now, it seems that between £4,500 and £5,500, 105 Di2, it is a very competitive area. So we've got some shallowish wheels there. I don't know the specs on them, but some, they'd be okay to race on and do age group triathlon on. Probably not deep enough or fast enough if you're looking to go super fast, but for the majority of people, they're probably absolutely fine. 105 Di2, as you probably know, is a really reliable, great, 12-speed Di2 group set. Full carbon frame. Now we've got nutrition storage on the top tube, and then it looks like on the down tube there, that is tool storage. I mean, whether you class that as integrated or not, I don't know. It is like bolted onto the frame, but I would class that as good as integrated. What I do like as well is the 51 Speed Shop cockpit. I have never actually used this, but I've spoken to a couple of people who have. They say it's really adjustable, that parts don't cost the earth to buy if you want to get different angles or extenders or whatever. They seem to be quite good to use, which is brilliant. I can see that bit of branding. So yeah, tool storage and nutrition. There is no built-in hydration. However, as a compromise, there's an aero down tube bottle. I think that's a good little setup. Most triathletes will put something behind the saddle or something between the aero bars. I think providing you've got the nutrition in there and tools, that is a good start. Now, where does this fit into the world of what you can get for your money nowadays? So if we're looking at the options we've got available, we've got a mechanical with, looks like those two got the same wheels for £3,500, so Shimano 105 mechanical. For £5,250, you've got the 105 Di2, and then the £6,500, you've got Ultegra Di2 and some deeper wheels that are score wheels, can't see. And whether they're any better or not, I don't know, but they do look a little bit deeper. Other than that, it looks pretty much the same. So you've got between £3,500 and £6,500, but I think the majority of people looking for this sort of bike are going to go towards the electric gears. So what else can you get? Well, I've picked out a few highlights or a few key brands that jumped out to me, but let me know in the comment section down below if I've missed any. First of all, Giant. Now, I was expecting to see them launch something at the Ironman World Champs this weekend, but I don't know as if any female pros are actually on Giant at the minute. Quite a few are on Cadex, I think, but not the Giant bike. You basically can't get a Trinity. This is it. This is the only one on the website. There used to be a whole range. The frame's there on sale, so I think we're all expecting Giant to release the disc brake Trinity soon. We've seen, I think Gustav Iden's been spotted on it, so we know it's coming. I'm certainly excited to look at it because that will probably be right up my street, but we will see. Trek don't make a speed concept that is less than £8,900, so I'm not entirely sure where entry level is in their range. I just think that they don't cater to entry level people. That's fine, their product is premium, etc., but that they're basically pricing themselves out of that entry-level market, which I think is around £5,000, which is ridiculous. Canyon, beloved Canyon. I'm a big Canyon fan, so what have we got that's comparable here? Right, Speedmax CF7 Di2, very similar. Nutrition storage on the top tube, tool storage at the bottom bracket. You've got to put your own bottles on, adjustable cockpit, decent wheels actually. So deeper, and they're like a bit of a staggered offset, so deeper at the rear than they are at the front. That's quite a good setup if you're just going to have one set of wheels, because that means that if it's a windy day, you're probably still going to be okay. I think that's a brilliant buy for £4,500, but I said I'm a bit of a fan, so what we're saying, yeah, about £750 difference, but, Canyon direct-to-consumer, Argon, you can go into a shop and have a look at one, and have a ride on one, etc. Cervelo, the P Series is their entry level bike. The 105 Di2 is £5,300, so almost exactly the same price as the Argon. Just trying to have a look at what wheels it's got on there. So it does have the top tube nutrition storage, but I don't think it has any tool storage. It doesn't have any hydration either. You can get Rival XS for the same money as well. I can see some wires coming out the back of the extensions there. That's not quite as integrated as the ones. I couldn't see that on the others, but I might be wrong. I'm surprised that Cervelo is actually competitive in that price point. Again, I thought Cervelo would be in the same sort of price bracket as the Speed Concept, but I guess that's the P5 is the Speed Concept competitor, isn't it? Which is obviously going to be, more in line with the Speed Concept sort of prices. We'll go next. Van Rysel or Rizzle Raw Carbon XCR. You can't get these. These have been out of stock for ages. And Ultegra Di2. Swiss side wheels are quite premium, and they have supposed to have gone through a lot of wind tunnel testing. So more money, but arguably this is more of a premium tier bike. Although I would say I would like to see a triathlon version that has those other things, so nutrition, tool storage, etc. I think this sort of bike, although it might be fast, by the time you've bolted stuff on it, it doesn't quite work as well as the integrated things from factory. It's not going to be as fast, and it's going to look a little bit botched together, and I wouldn't sell this as a triathlon bike. And they're not. They're saying it's a time trial bike, which it is. So, but as a triathlete looking for a bike, that's my option. Ribble, so Ultegra Di2 for £5,500. This bike, I would say, has been out for a few years now, so it's not as modern as some of these have gone through. Obviously, the Argon's just come out. So, I mean, on paper, these look fine. But again, I think it's a profile design, hydration, storage, tool storage behind the saddle, nutrition storage on the top two. It's ticking those boxes, but I just feel it's a little bit dated now. Whether there's a new one in the works or not, I don't know. I don't know many people with these, to be honest, so I've not really got any first-hand reviews, but competitive price-wise, but like, I'd buy the Canyon over that for them. Like, it's £1,000 cheaper for. I know this is Ultegra Di2, but for me, Ultegra and 105, like, it doesn't really make any difference. Then the last one I could think of was Oro, and although here you can get a 105 Di2, I know those Vision wheels are heavy AF, and again, there's like little bolts there where you can bolt on a top tube nutrition bag thing, but there's no tool storage, there's no hydration. It's more of a time trial bike than it is a triathlon bike, and at $4,500, I'd put that Argon ahead of it. Like, it's a much better sorted triathlon bike. Can't get a Giant. What else? I'd definitely buy a Speedmax over it, and even a P Series Cervelo, in fact. So, I mean, $4,500 to $5,500. I think you're getting a lot of bike nowadays. Something with a bit of integration, carbon frames, Di2 group set, a wheel set that you can race on out of the box, and good to see Argon addressing that point of the market. Now, they have updated the 119, but they've just made some different colours. They haven't actually changed the bike at all. That is a bit of me. We all know blue bikes are fast, so very nice, but I'm not spending £9,600 on one. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below.